Joining us today. Some of you are long-term partners and some of you are just hearing of us. Whatever your relationship with HopeOneSource, we guarantee you'll walk away with new, exciting information and opportunities to help advance your mission. During today's community webinar, we'll briefly talk about who we are, introduce and demonstrate each HopeOneSource feature, open the floor for questions, and present you with a very special opportunity. I ask that you please hold any and all questions until the Q&A portion of the webinar. Our speakers today include myself, Lex Leslie, the Development Vista at HopeOneSource, Frank Adames, the Tech Integrations Vista at HopeOneSource, Bridget Coyne, the Communications Vista at HopeOneSource, and our featured guest, Luisa Aborto, Medical Assistant at the Arlington Free Clinic. We are a completely volunteer-led 501c3 nonprofit organization, and here at HopeOneSource, we believe that the key to preventing and ending homelessness is a hyper-connected community in which individuals at risk of and experiencing homelessness are quickly identified and connected with services specific to their individual needs. That all helps them to obtain and maintain permanent housing. Our mission is to assist those who serve the most vulnerable residents within the community by helping them effectively and efficiently connect their services to those they aim to serve, meaning our desire is to help you advance your mission. And how do we achieve this in the community? Well, currently we collaborate with more than 200 local service providers, including some of you, to help connect you to the region's most vulnerable residents. The way we do so is by offering 3 features, which you'll learn about today. For example, our outreach tool helps connect nearly 1,800 residents in DC experiencing housing instability to more than 1,200 available services they need and are likely eligible for, all through targeted text alerts sent by local service providers. HopeOneSource's numbers are substantially growing every day. As of this winter, over 500,000 text messages of available housing, career, and social services have been sent to those in need through HopeOneSource within DC. Most of you are already familiar with our outreach tool, and today we're happy to introduce you to our newly proven and highly impactful check-in kiosk and appointment event reminder features. Our next speaker, Frank Adames, will now introduce and demonstrate each feature for you. Welcome, Frank.
Thank you so much, Lex. I hope everybody is doing well today, and thank you again for joining us. So, as Lex previously mentioned, here at HopeOneSource, we're committed to helping you better serve those most vulnerable in our community, and of course, to help advance your mission. To that end, we offer 3 highly impactful features, which I'm going to go over. Furthermore, we offer the following benefits at absolutely no cost to you. 1, saving staff time and resources on outreach, increasing the ability to connect with existing and potential clients, ensuring the community receives up-to-date information about your services, and also by collaborating with HopeOneSource, you can learn about other services in the area for client referrals through the POST database. Alrighty, as you can see, the HopeOneSource outreach tool is used to help, or you can use the HopeOneSource outreach tool to help raise awareness of and access to your available services for those you aim to serve, all geolocated and in real time. The simple but powerful web-based tool, which can be accessed through hopeonesource.org, allows you to send updated and actionable information about your available services. We're talking about the what, the when, the where, eligibility requirements, and contact information about your service. Additionally, with the different targeting features such as narrowing down by the service category of the message, demographics that can access the service, age group that will receive the message, and also their housing status, just to name a few, you can ensure that the message is received by only those who specifically need your services in the community and are likely eligible. Alrighty, so introducing my post. So before I jump into this, I want to first of all thank all service providers who collaborate with us and provide thoughtful feedback about our features, and the site. As a direct response to your valuable feedback, we've created a post dashboard called My Posts, as you can see here, where you can see all of the different posts that you have created with relevant information about them, such as the time and the date when it's going to go out as text alert, the expiration date, and if it has expired. Now you may be wondering, Frank, what exactly do you mean by expiration date? So, as part of our mission to ensure those you aim to serve only receive the most updated information about your available services, all repeating posts created on HopeOneSource expire 3 months after they're created. By expire, I simply mean they stop circulating as text messages. You can simply access my post dashboard and click on the post that has expired, go into the edit page and update any information necessary, including further dates that you want the text or post to circulate. Then you save the post, and that will reset the clock 3 months from the day that the post was edited. The text will enter recirculation, essentially being renewed. And once you access the My Post dashboard again, you will see the new dates when the text is going to send, the new expiration date, and of course, you'll see that it is not expired. But again, this happened as a direct result of your thoughtful feedback, so thank you so much for that. Now, in regards to expired posts, I have a very simple but important question to ask you. How would you like to be reminded about it? So with that being said, we're gonna launch a poll, and please, we just ask for you to take a few moments to answer to one of those questions. Thank you. All right. Thank you for answering that question. Your feedback helps us grow, improve, and continuously provide value to you. And with that being said, I'd like to introduce our highly impactful appointment event reminders. By using the appointment event reminder, you can help reduce no-shows, increase client retention, and save staff time and resources needed to follow up with your numerous clients and patients. Now, as you will see right now, you can quickly and simply send scheduled personalized text reminders, which can be created by yourself or your team in bulk that take into account each client's unique date and time of their appointment. The feature is also flexible enough that it can be used to send event reminders or other organization-wide messages to your existing clients or patients to help maximize participation. The client or patient then receives 2 reminders, one 48 hours before the event or appointment, and another one 2 hours before. So say, for example, that a patient has an appointment on Monday at 5, another one has an appointment on Wednesday at 10 a.m. And lastly, let's say that another patient has actually an appointment 2 Fridays from now at 4 p.m. Each person will then receive a personalized text alert with their exact appointment time and date, 48 hours and 2 hours before their desired or their set appointment. So now, we're presently piloting the appointment event reminder feature with the Arlington Free Clinic, which is a nonprofit organization in Arlington that provides vital medical assistance to thousands of those most vulnerable in the Arlington community at no cost. I'd like to now introduce Luisa Aburto, who currently uses the appointment event reminder tool to notify her patients of their upcoming appointments. She will be answering a few questions about her experience using the tool and the impact it's had in her work and the organization. So with that being said, Luisa, are you able to hear us?
Yes, how are you, Frank?
Hello, Luisa.
Can you hear me?
Hey, yes, yes. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us.
Good, good, good. How are you, Frank?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. So, Luisa, I am just going to ask you a few questions then, and I just ask that you respond to them as detailed as you can. And we're going to start right now. So, Luisa, what impact has using the appointment event reminder feature had on your work at the Arlington Free Clinic?
Well, so far we have used it once last week doing the intro of the appointment reminders, and I think it's going to be a great tool for our organization. We make phone calls to all these patients. We have about 50 patients at minimum daily. And sending these reminders to them will be so beneficial because it will decrease our no-shows, our time on the phone. Because we give them a phone call once and it will take about 3 minutes, but if it goes through. If it doesn't go through, we have to call them again. Then later on, we have to call them the following day until they answer, and then make sure that they are coming to that appointment. So when we don't have to waste that opportunity for another patient that might be able to beneficiate from it. So I think it's going to be working really great from our end so far. We used it for the clinic on Thursday, and all patients showed up. Thankfully, I asked them if they liked the new service, and they were really, really happy with it. So I think it's just going to be great moving forward. And we so far have sent more appointments reminders. You help me out this week for the patients that are coming this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So now that I just need to get the hang of it, make sure that I know how to use it perfectly, and we'll be sending it the next reminders next week.
Definitely, definitely. Well, thank you so much for that, Luisa. And I know that in your response, you did mention that sometimes you called people and they did not answer the phone. So for the audience, the Arlington Free Clinic has also been piloting our Checkin Kiosk, which works great in combination with the appointment event reminder, given, as you will see, it also provides current contact and housing status information for each patient. So now the Arlington Free Clinic has access to current patient contact information to update in their system, so that either if it's by call or, as Lisa's doing now with the appointment event reminder, it will ensure that they receive those reminders to, as Lisa said, help increase client retention and help decrease no-shows. Thank you so much, Lisa. I just have a few more questions to go. Now, speaking about the tool, have you found it easy to use?
Oh, it's very easy to do. It might sound a little complicated at the beginning, but you get the hang of it very quickly. I'm not really a computer-friendly person, so to me, it's pretty clear. And you have been very, very helpful as well, showing me exactly what I have to do. And it's really just a click here, a click there, a click, another more click here, and then that's it. The message is really sent through.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I see that, all these names coming up on the computer, that they are assigned to that appointment. Mm-hmm. And it's just literally a minute, that probably less than that.
Wonderful. Thank you for speaking to that. Definitely the tool is easy to use. It's so easy that, as you saw with the demonstration, it was about 30 seconds long. And Luisa, with the batch that you sent the text reminder for, I think that you sent it to 40 different patients that you didn't have to spend 3 minutes each. That's about, do some quick calculations there, 40 times 3, it would have been about 120 minutes that you sent the batch of text in about 5 minutes that we sent it.
That's just to say a minimum.
Yeah, and a minimum. Wonderful, wonderful. But thank you for talking to that. Now, I know that you did mention something about your clients. Have you found that they're happy to receive the text reminders?
Yes. So I was able to ask the ladies that we had a schedule last Thursday, and my first question was, did you all get a text message? And they said yes. And I Did you
Wonderful.
guys like it? And they had this big smile on their faces saying, yes, we loved. And well, I told them that what they had to do from now on, just to sign up, so they can beneficiate from this new service.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for that, Luisa. And certainly, yeah, receiving a text reminder is a lot more convenient and quicker to do so than a phone call. And very happy to hear that those who received it and attended their appointment really liked it. Now, for the last question, Luisa, this is going to be the hardest one. Would you recommend HopeOneSource and using the appointment event reminder to other service providers?
To begin with, you guys are really friendly. Any questions, you guys send either a call or an email specifying any needs. So it's very convenient to have an easy communication with the provider that is giving the services. And you guys even come to our office, walk us through it. So that's my first point, and I would say yes. I would definitely recommend HopeOneSource to other organizations. It's easy to use it. If we find it convenient for our patients with low income, for them to have a text message service, I think that it will be a great idea to move that forward in the community as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Luisa. And yeah, as you know, customer service is prime, and being, as we strive to become to be and continue to be a fiber of the community, we want to make other service providers feel like you do, and to also take advantage to help advance their mission with features like the appointment event reminder. All right, with that being said, thank you so much for your responses, Luisa. We appreciate collaborating in this pilot with the Arlington Free Clinic and your efforts within the community.
Yeah, thank you guys for your help.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And for working with us together. Really appreciate
Certainly, certainly. We do our best to be there for you all. But alrighty. So moving along, we're going to then talk about the Checkin Kiosk, another impactful tool, feature that can help advance your mission. So the Checkin Kiosk, which I kind of teased a little bit now in the interview with Luisa, securely provides you and your staff real-time actionable data on who is accessing your services, current client contact and housing status information, checking total, trends, and projection that can also greatly assist with staffing, reporting, and of course, grant applications. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm actually going to do a little demo showing you the Checkin Kiosk software and the resulting Checkin Kiosk data report. So the Checkin Kiosk software is where the portal to the checking, where your clients or patients would use to check in every time that they come in. They would input their name, birthday as a unique identifier, and their phone number, which helps in keeping client contact information current. Then they would select these 2 questions they received, a text reminder or not. And of course, if they have used this check-in before, if they have, they can quickly get done with it to help prevent backlogs. If they have not, they are asked a few more questions, including naming their housing status so we can keep that current as well. Now, as a direct result of them using the Checkin Kiosk, you and your team have real-time access to this data. So here we see total trends and changes. You can see the total check-ins of the kiosk, averages by month, 3 month, and 12 months. You can also see who of those who have checked in are at risk or experiencing homelessness. You can also see what contact information has changed, which I'm actually going to show you that in a few. Here you can also, actually almost missed this. So here you'll see also visualization of data. Here you can see, for example, the daily check-ins from time that the check-in was installed all the way to today, the earliest date. Then you will see here information, including per month, the top 3 days that people check in, including the hours, and bottom 3. This can greatly help in assessing staffing needs, when more people need to be around the front desk, for example, and when that can be minimized. You will also be able to see the concentration of check-ins per hour per day. And lastly, here you see changes and projections per month, 3-month, and 12 months. So given that we want to provide as much value with this as possible, we also provide different levels of granularity in real time or insightful data. For example, you will see here also a breakdown of check-ins per day, where you can see the total checked in. You can also see those who are existing check-ins, new check-ins, and out of those who are at risk of and or experiencing homelessness, along with the check-ins per hour. You will also be able to see the different clients have checked in with their current phone number and other vital information available to you. And next, what I was teasing in the beginning, this report also automatically flags contacting housing status information changes. So for example, we see Tawana Stiver, who came in on February 21st and did not have a phone number. She came back on the 5th of this month and had a phone number. So this can help you in efficiently and effectively connect and remain connected to your clients or patients. And we also see another example here. Porter Remington came in on November 11th and was at risk of experiencing homelessness. Then he came back on the 4th of this month and said that he was not. That way you can also help or gain current housing status information, which can help you with different measures such as case conferencing. And that's for yourself and your team, which can also, I need to name it, access securely. So with that being said, we're gonna jump back here onto the webinar, expand this, and alrighty. So we have definitely discussed a lot. So I want us to take a bit of a breather here and just recap what we have spoken about so far. So we've spoken about who we are as an organization, our mission, and the impact created in the community thanks to service providers like yourselves collaborating with HopeOneSource. We also have talked about what I just showed you, which is how is it that we do it? We do it through the outreach tool, general targeted messaging, through the appointment event reminder, which is targeted client messaging, and with the Checkin Kiosk, which is simply real-time data insights useful for your organization and your mission. So now we have a very important question to ask you. However, I want to turn it over to my fellow Vista, Bridget Coyne, to present to you that question, take us onto our Q&A session, and drive this webinar to the finish line. So without further ado, I'm gonna pass the baton over to Bridget Coyne.
Thanks, Frank. Always a hard act to follow. Hi, everyone. Now that we've explained the value of each tool HopeOneSource has to offer, we'd be really interested in knowing which feature you find most valuable to your organization. When we introduce this poll, you can select one feature, multiple, or even all of them. And then just to let you know, given your answers, we're going to follow up with you and provide you with more information accordingly. Okay. Please take a few moments to let us know which tool you're interested in. All right, if you haven't voted yet, please take some time to do so now before we move on to the Q&A. Alrighty, thank you for taking the time to answer that question. We really depend on critical feedback to advance our mission and better serve organizations such as yours. And with that being said, we're now going to hold a brief question and answer session where we encourage you to ask any questions you may have about the subjects we covered in today's webinar. We're going to try and be really respectful of everyone's time so that we ask for the next minute and a half. Please type your questions into the chat box. Afterward, we're going to pick 3 questions to answer. If we don't get to your question, I would really like to invite you to email your questions to HopeOneSource@hopewithlove.org, and we're going to get back to you with answers as soon as we can.
Alrighty, we're back. And it's not Bridget, it's Frank. But Bridget is here with me. So we have picked our top 3 questions to answer. Again, I want to emphasize that if your question is not answered during this session, please do not hesitate to email that question and any other questions that you have to HopeOneSource@hopewithlove.org. And we can get personalized responses as soon as we can. So thank you. So for the first question, how many government partners, local and federal, do you have? So to give a little bit more broad, that includes an answer to that as well. We personally collaborate with over 200 service providers in the area, including government agencies such as the Department of Human Services and local service providers, which actually many of whom are attending this very webinar. Also, as mentioned before, if you would like to see other service providers or agencies that are participating with HopeOneSource, by collaborating with us, you have access to the posts database, where, as mentioned before, you can see the different services that have been posted, but also you can see the different organizations who are posting those services through HopeOneSource. So for the next question. Alrighty, so for the how much personal information are clients entering into the check-in tool, they simply enter their name, their birthday as a unique identifier, and their phone number to keep client contact information current. Then they would enter other information, including their housing status, so that, of course, you have constant, current, real-time information on your clients, and so you can get the data that was presented to you on the report. Now, of course, worth emphasizing, the data is only available to you. Nobody else sees it. Now, with the next question, and this can be a sort of a combination of some of the questions that have been asked, but how long have the services been into place? We can speak about that in terms of how long has HopeOneSource been in the community. Here in DC, we have been around since 2015, and we started with our what I like to call our main staple, which is the outreach tool, which was the first tool that I presented. And with the appointment event reminder and the Checkin Kiosk, it's presently being piloted. For those of you who also ask, hey, how can I participate or how can I access the Checkin Kiosk and the appointment event reminder? I hope that you had a moment to answer the poll of which tools you believe would be most valuable to your organization. That we are actually going to use to follow up with you so you can learn more. However, if you did not have a chance to answer that poll, simply send us a quick email to HopeOneSource@hopewithlove.org, and we will get back to you and follow up with you so you can learn more about the tool that you believe you'll be more interested, including all of them. So lastly, what is our long-term goal? So with what Lex explained in the beginning, we're looking to collaborate with service providers to help the community's effort in preventing and ending homelessness. Again, we're simply a service provider connector. You service providers are the ones doing the great work in the community. So our long-term goals is to see a community that is hyper-connected and where homelessness and our shared mission with all of us here in this room, or for homelessness to be brief, rare, and non-occurring. With that being said, we want to start here in the DC area, the DC metro community, and with you, service providers as well, so we can help with these highly impactful tools, advance your mission and help you better serve those who are most vulnerable now in our community that you aim to serve. So, alrighty, those are the top 3 questions. Again, as I mentioned previously, and Bridget did as well, do not hesitate to send us your questions that we weren't able to answer in this Q&A session. We just simply want to be respectful of your time. And yeah, we're going to continue. So I'm going to hand the baton once again to Ms. Bridget Coyne here so she can take us to the finish line. All right, Bridget, passing it over to you.
Thanks again, Frank. I really hope that we answered most of your pressing questions, but once again, as Frank said, if we did not, please feel free to email them to HopeOneSource@hopewithlove.org. We really value your time and appreciate your participation in our community webinar. With that being said, we'd love to know if you'd be interested in participating in future webinars. Please take a moment to let us know. All right, thanks again for your feedback. Our mission is to assist those who serve the most vulnerable residents within the community, helping them effectively and efficiently connect their services to those they aim to serve, meaning our real desire is to help you advance your mission. That's further progressed today with dedicated service providers like you. We urge you to follow the posted link and get involved with HopeOneSource to continue to foster a stronger, stably housed community. We want to thank you again for the work you do in our community, and we look forward to collaborating with you soon.
All righty, Bridget, thank you so much for that strong, passionate close. Just want to quickly inform everyone, the webinar is over. We're going to leave the screen up in case that you would like to write down the link. For those over the phone, the link is HopeOneSource, and the link to get involved is hopeonesource.org/form/get-involved. If you just simply go to hopeonesource.org, you will be able to see a menu button that says get involved, and it'll take you to the same form as well. As Bridget says, we urge you to get involved with HopeOneSource to foster a stronger, stably housed community. So we're gonna leave this meeting open for about 5 minutes so that you can get involved or copy the link. But we wanna thank you all so much for joining us, and please stay tuned for the follow-up email. Send us your questions, interests, or requests to hopeonesource@hopeoflove.org. And of course, stay tuned for the next webinar. Thank you very much.